Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be setting up the month of August in my catch-all horizontal planner. We'll decorate all the monthly pages all at once in a fun summery theme, so come plan with me. And I've got these washi tapes here all ready to go, as well as these inks and a blending brush in case I want to do some blending. Got some stamps here as well that I may use. Some self-laminating sheets, some alcohol, and some Sharpies for a fun technique. Got a little paintbrush here as well, and some mild liners for some highlighting, and these Happy Planner sticker books, which I'll pull from. Okay, so that was a lot of stuff. I don't end up using all of it, so stay tuned to see what actually ends up here on the spread. But we're going to begin by laying down some wax paper and starting with the monthly layout. So like I said, I have a fun technique that I picked up from Sky Bambi over on Instagram. She did these cool little alcohol ink overlays, and I thought that was a really cool idea. She didn't really show the technique, so this technique is all my own, but basically you want to take some self-laminating sheets using the sticky side and then add a little bit of the Sharpie on top with some high potency rubbing alcohol. So I'm using 91% and that worked out beautifully. I tried it with 70 and it does work, but it leaves some kind of leftovers. It's not as good. So if you just use the high concentration alcohol, 90% or higher, you should be perfectly fine and get the results you're looking for as far as those alcohol inks. So I'm going to let those dry. I just use a paintbrush to smush it around, but you can use air, you can blow it around when the alcohol is still wet and do it that way and kind of get a little bit of a different technique. Basically, the same way people create alcohol ink crafts. If you want to know more about different ways you can use that, there are plenty of videos directly on alcohol inks. Long story short, that's how we're going to set up some backgrounds for this sunny, kind of beachy, summery idea that I have. I made 4 of them just to start seeing how that might work. There's 2 sides when you grab those self-laminating sheets. These ones I got from the Dollar Tree, and so one side was just plain like acetate plastic, I would say, on one side, and then the other one was like a sticker label sheet almost. So I'm using the sticker label sheet side to make these stickers, and the other sheet that I showed earlier as an example was just the plastic itself without any kind of sticker backing. So just an FYI on that. And now I'm just kind of cutting them pretty close to the edges. They are clear, so when you lay them down, you really won't see the edges. Just trying to get rid of any excess so I don't have to worry about writing on top of the clear sticker. I've also laid down some very skinny washi along with some sticker strips in kind of a pool-esque look. I've cut the same type of border box in half there in the sidebar so that I can track my books read and TV watch for the month. I'm also bringing in some various stickers from the 4 sticker books I showed in the beginning from the Happy Planner. I collected a bunch of them in the beginning just because I wasn't really using a specific theme, just looking more for color. So the ones I pulled out of the teacher sticker book, the summer book, the color story book. I have this small watercolor that used to be like an accessory book that I cut down into a half size since that's where all the stickers were. Those are the books that I pulled these stickers from that had the right color schemes and was able to pull the random stickers that worked best with the theme. So you can see I'm just kind of looking around, seeing if there's anything else I want to pull in from those sticker books and grabbing out things that might be useful, setting them on an empty sticker sheet for later since I have 2 more layouts to do in this monthly setup. And just again looking for ideas for what might work on this spread as well. So that skinny washi that I used has little tiny suns on it, the yellow one, and that is from the Happy Planner. I also am using a little bit of my Daiso watercolor die cut washi that I love. That's in that blue for a bit of a cloud effect. And I think that sunny quote was from the Teacher seasonal sticker book. And the suns were from the Color Story. I'm just trying to remember where all the stickers were in case you wanted ones in particular. If you're looking for something here that I didn't pull out of a direct book, just let me know in the comments and I can try to direct you to it if you'll find that helpful. Okay, so back to moving things on to the spread. I wanted to try out that first alcohol ink sticker I made in the corner, and I'm liking how it looks, but I wanted to make sure that the background of the box was whited out for the quote before I laid that sticker down. So I just used a Jelly Roll white pen to make that happen. Just finally draw over those black lines and kind of erase them that way. And now I'm laying in the rest of the stickers. I've already laid in the quote and sun cloud combo. And now I'm laying in the strip stickers and adding in a bit of washi again in those clusters. So I removed the sunny kind of skinny yellow washi and I'm using a yellow grid washi in the very back, which is a little bit thicker, layering that with the water sticker strip and then later adding back in the yellow skinny washi. Also making a little cluster here in the bottom, adding in a quote sticker just so that the cluster felt a little bit more complete. And now I'm laying in more of that yellow grid washi, which is actually from Play Anything. She had a bunch of functional grid washis come out earlier this year. And so I have a bunch of different colors in that nice kind of clean grid look. So I thought that was a nice way to add a little bit more yellow texture to the clusters there. So I've moved over pretty much that corner and now I'm going to trim off the excess and maybe save it for another spread or somewhere else on this spread since it's a pretty big piece. Same with that other clipping. I think we'll come back to this. Let's go ahead and start getting the rest of these spreads set up. And then if I have some little additions later down the road, once we know what we have left over, we'll go with that. So I went ahead and grabbed another one of those self-made alcohol ink stickers and I cut it in half, split it between the top and the bottom there on this spread. This is my month overview spread, so if you're new to my channel, this is available in my Etsy shop along with all of the layouts you're going to see me using today. But this one is a standalone option that you can add to your planner, and I use this for social media tracking along with, habit tracking, a monthly to-do list. The items on the right-hand side are customized to me, so I actually customize this insert. But the one in my shop is a lot more generic, not so social based. Just an FYI, if you're interested in this layout, check it out. It might be a good fit for you. Again, kind of stripped off all that social media stuff and made it a little bit more easy to customize to your needs. These will be linked down below too in the description in case you want a direct link. That might be the easiest way for you to find things, because my shop is pretty full. Back to the layout. So I'm just again trying to make some clusters here with the blue and the yellow being the dominant thing I'm working towards here. I'm pulling in basically anything that I think works with the summer theme in the blues and the yellows, and just creating some clusters in and around the spread that don't heed the functionality of the spread but enhance the decor. So I'm going to try a little combination here of some of these stickers, putting a couple of things around just to get a good balance of color in each cluster. And here I'm working with these hexagons. I think they'll work nicely together if I can get it to work. Or not, we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. I'm also adding in some more of the grid washi here. I don't have very many left of the water sticker strips, so I'm going to fill in more with this grid washi on this spread and maybe save those for the very back. I did try to work them in, but as you can see, it's not much to work in, so I tended to stick with what I could as far as balance and the sizing as well. The last page that I work off of is a single month, so it's only one page, and I think the scaling of the smaller stickers will work a little bit better there. And honestly, I was really just kind of going for like pool vibes, like poolside vibes, summer vibes. I think this worked, even though it's not a real direct theme. It just, I think the combination of the blue and the yellow and then some of these other water-based stickers really kind of give that vibe of pool side. And the grid washi is a good fit too, because it kind of reminds me of like pool tile. So hopefully you guys agree that that was a pretty good combination there. And just trying to fill in spaces. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with this large top box area that I've defined, but we'll put it in there. I just really wanted some color and decor. I usually don't have anything to put in that area though, so we'll see how that goes once the month begins. And I'm laying in the rest of the stickers here on the right hand side, in and around, again, the items that I'm going to be using functionally. Adding in that last alcohol ink sticker that I made. I'm excited about this. This is the first time I've tried it, and I really loved how it turned out. So I'll definitely be doing this again. Probably going to try with just plain clear label sheets and see if it works the same, since it is kind of still like a plastic, or, you know, find out if I need those self-laminating sheets. But I had picked some up at Dollar Tree and I went ahead and started with that, and yeah, the technique worked out beautifully. So I'm going to go ahead and get to this back page, laying in the leftover alcohol ink sticker. Just cut it in half again so I can get a top and bottom vibe. And now I'm trying to fit in maybe another box sticker on this layout. Then I kind of felt like it would be better if it was a little smaller with maybe a circle sticker, so I went ahead and used my circle punch like I did before earlier in the video to trim down the box sticker. Of course I did that, and now I don't need the other circle sticker. Could have probably just used that and been done with it, but you know, sometimes you get an idea and you just want to try it out, and yeah, that worked, but now I have a little bit of redundancy. I'm also in here too pulling in those leftover strip stickers, and I think that, again, they work a little bit better here on this spread, being a little more low profile. Just layering those with the yellow grid washi and the yellow skinny washi. I also pulled out this pool party sticker from the summer sticker book. I think that'll help sell this a little bit better. And as you'll see, I'm going to add in a few more items to really sell the pool party water themes. So I just went ahead and laid that in, but I cut it down so it's a little bit easier to fit in the space above. Adding in those glasses, which I think came from that teacher seasonal sticker book. think that's really all that's going to fit there. So let's go ahead and move back to the original layouts and see if I can fit in any more items. Glue down that little washi layering that I had there because the stickiness of the sticker was no longer working. So I just glued a little bit down on that edge to prevent it from coming up. And I really wanted to add in a little bit of this water stamp. So I have a Tim Holt set here that has this nice texture of kind of hand-drawn water, very reminiscent of that pool party hand-drawn look that was there. So I'm going to add that in, kind of spread that around on each of the spreads for repetition, tying together the theme. And I'm using some chalk inks for this. So this is a Dewdrop chalk ink from Versa. Adding that in, dries really nicely and doesn't bleed through most standard papers, so I really like that. Adding a little bit of texture there with the Waves stamp. I'm also going to go ahead and highlight my habit tracker area so I have a little bit more color here, and also set up my monthly for my Instagram and YouTube tracking of my followers and subscribers. So I'll use the yellow and the blue highlighters for that, just setting up a couple of bullets each day for those numbers. And then I'll also add a little bit more blue highlighter down here in the bottom, just again to kind of reiterate that color scheme a bit. We'll go ahead and add in these trimmings from before. I think I want to add this in on both the top and the bottom. So we'll use a little bit here on the bottom and then overlap a little bit here on the top, just for more color and to get use out of that. And then also finally add in a little bit more of the stamping here, maybe in the sidebar, using that backer just to help with the overlap there off the edge, so I could do a nice little staggered look. Also too, I'm going to add in a few small boxes, just again to spread around a little bit of color. Maybe try and add in a few extra stickers if I think they can work. So I think that should do it, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch, and think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Bye!